Hey, Curious Connerys. Dylan here. We just want to give you a heads up that the following program contains conversation relating to topics that may or may not include physical and sexual assault and self-harm and mistreatment of different cultures. We are in no way condoning these things. But given that Sean Connery has acted in films going back many years, they've tended to come up. To spin a phrase from Disney, many of these films include negative depictions and or mistreatment of people or cultures that were certainly wrong then and are definitely wrong now. But rather than not discuss this content, we'd like to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and create conversation for a richer future. Stay curious, folks. And now, on to our show.
Connery Curious! Saga! The Last Crusade! You Only Live Twice! And the Anderson Tapes! Murder on the Orient Express! You never know what the wheel's gonna spin next! Marty and a woman of straw! And a wounded man in Africa! We are curious of the filmography of Sir Sean Connery. Mario Lima. Dylan Titus. Mario Lima. Dylan Titus.
I feel like our levels could be up a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Just a little bit more.
Do you think it's maybe because we're whispering?
Probably.
Yeah.
Mario Lima.
Dylan Titus.
How you doing today, bud?
I'm doing good.
Just gonna adjust that. Ooh, harsh
Oh,
squeaks.
that's my prosthetic leg. What's wrong with you?
I want it.
You're trying to unscrew from my body?
Yep. I don't know if you noticed the empty mount on the wall.
Oh.
That's what it's for.
That explains all the other taxidermy.
More importantly, why do you have a prosthetic leg? Tell the people.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Man. It's a sensitive subject. It's a real sensitive subject.
It's a real sensitive leg. Anyway. Mario was attacked by a shark. What? Where is this even going?
That's why it took last week off, because I was attacked by a shark.
Yeah. That, and you got all these friends you had to hang out with.
Yeah, and some friends come by. That was fun, man.
Yeah, tell the folks what's up.
Yeah, so we had the
Oh, also, hold on. I just realized this. I'm gonna keep all this noise in. Squeak it, squeak, squeak, squeak. Squeak it, squeak, 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 squeak.
Oh.
That's for you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, that's a pop filter. That's a pop filter, son.
Keep
Yeah, let you guys hear all that clickety-click noise. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Testing. Hello.
Hello, pop filter.
Hello. This is the pop filter.
Yes, forgive me. I had it around the back of my microphone and one in the front.
You have a double pop
Yeah.
filter.
Well, because that one's got a little more padding than this one has, so I use it as a backing.
This is-
Anyway, not like I don't have a vocal booth in my closet, but when it's just me recording vocals, it's easier for me to just do it right here next to the computer.
What was the question?
How was your friggin' nerds meetup? I just keep clonking the microphone stand here with my headphones.
Yeah, we had the friggin' nerd meetup last week. It's July 31st already.
It's the last day of July today.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, last week we had a little friggin' nerds media meetup with some of our friends from around the country. It was a lot of fun, and yes, Dylan did join in. That was a fun day to barbecue there. Goddard Park, a little bit of jamming.
Thank you very much for having me.
That was magical because like me and Scott, we had like kind of texted like, hey, should I bring my bass over, man? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll probably bring my acoustic around, and then if we jam, we jam. Dylan came through. Me and Scott were like, well, let's start playing. As we're playing, I see a shadowy figure jogging towards me, and I was Dylan with a guitar, and I was like, this man always comes prepared for a jam sesh.
Yeah, I figured I'd bring it. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? I knew you'd be there, obviously. I knew Scott would most likely be there, and maybe Andrew Lima, and chances were at least 50-50 that a musical gathering of some kind was going to happen.
At some point. It was the perfect time for it. Everyone dug it. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, shout out to Andy Leams on the water cooler.
Yeah, he sat on the water cooler and played it like a cajon.
That was so cool.
It's a fun time. Because I had said that. Someone said, if only we had a cajon. And I'm like, there are coolers around. And somebody else, one of your other friends, brought one over. And then Andy jumped in on it.
Oh, there you go. Great minds think alike. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun, man.
Good times.
Food was delicious.
And then we went out to Chomp after.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of days after.
Yeah, we did like a whole week of things. But then the next day we did Boston. We went to Boston.
Damn.
Got up wicked early, hit the train, hung out there for most of the day. And yeah, the following day was Chomp, which is one of the, if you're ever in the Rhode Island area, in Warren, Rhode Island, Chomp burgers.
Or in Providence, the one that I went to accidentally first, because you didn't tell me there was one in Warren.
I forgot.
But it's okay. I basically invited myself along. You never at any point said, "You want to come along to Chomp?" You said you were going to Chomp, and I said, "Ooh, Chomp, can I come?" And you said, "Okay."
Yeah, I had it open for everybody. I had like 5 new people that day at the barbecue. Was like, what's that Chomp place keep talking about? I'm like, can I come? I'm like, yeah, sure. Anybody can come. So yeah, nice little crew there. We'll have to post a picture on it. The picture is on Frickin' Nerd's Instagram.
I like the picture. It's a good picture.
But yeah, it's great. It has all of us in there, eating our burgers, empty plates, and full hearts. It was so good, so good. I think I kind of got your initial review since you are. For those that don't know, Dylan is a burger guy. So I was like,
Let's not reveal that news yet.
Yeah, we won't. But like, but you do make burger every time I come over. Like, hey, you want a burger? So he's very particular about his burgers. So
it was a good burger.
Bring him the chops. Yeah. What was your initial thought of the whole spread?
9. Yeah, pretty damn good. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, the burger was great. It was on the fantastic Nevada challah bun. The sauce was good. Did I say that already?
I don't think so, no. But it's worth mentioning. The sauce is great.
The burger was really tasty. It was shaped a little bit like it might have been a frozen patty, but it wasn't a frozen patty. The smash burger looked pretty good, but I didn't get that.
That's what I had. It was really, really good. It was like basically a Big Mac. Had a little bit of Big Mac sauce on it. That's their Chomp sauce. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it was a very tasty burger. I'll definitely go back at some point. Their fries were very good.
Fries. What'd you think of the house ketchup? Did you try the house ketchup?
It was fine.
That was okay?
Yeah, it was a little too much like salsa for me. Yeah, I don't really like chunky tomatoes.
That's why I like it. Just because, I don't know, I've kind of grown sick of ketchup over the years. Where if I get a hot dog, I just put mustard on it. Where I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know about regular Heinz ketchup. It's like a little too much for me. But that ketchup is like, the first time I tried it, they're like, hey, we have like some Heinz ketchup, but we also have this house ketchup, so we'll give you guys both so you can try it. And I tried that house ketchup, and I was like, wow, what an experience. It was really, really good. So, not for everybody, but damn good in my opinion.
Yeah. I liked it. It just wasn't for me because I'm not much of a salsa person. But yeah, overall, good experience at Chomp.
Yes, we'll have to go again. I want to check out the Providence one now. I know that exists.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
I can assume it would probably be the same, probably same owners.
Yeah. But I'm curious about what it looks like because that one we went to.
Oh, it was nice. It's smaller. But it.
The one that used to be on the other side of Warren was probably the size of this room.
Oh wow!
It was really small.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Small. So they had like that one little place there. They expanded outdoor seating. And, they open pretty late. They open at 4 p.m. every day. Not every day. I think they're closed Mondays and Tuesdays. But, yeah, they just expanded that place right there. And you saw the deck was huge. Indoor seating, plenty of it.
That place was pretty big.
So, yeah, I'm glad they got to expand a little bit. And, yeah, I'm curious to see the Providence location. I want to see how that...
Definitely smaller, but they had, decent outdoor seating on the street or on the sidewalk. But... They had like big, giant, open windows that you could basically just lean in. Nice little spot.
Yeah.
But because of that, I could see right in. And when I saw you weren't there, I'm like, wait a second, let me Google this. Warren. Thankfully, it was only a 20-minute drive.
Yeah,
everything
is really close. That's what everyone was saying. We had friends from Tennessee,
Florida, right?
Florida, Alaska, for God's sakes. And all of them were like, man, everything is so close here. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, our campground is 20 minutes away. I'm like, 20 minutes away?
Jesus.
Jeez.
Dun, 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 dun.
Pack a lunch.
Dun, 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 dun. You will be the fellowship of getting to the campsite. How was it? We lost Boromir.
It was too much for him.
Gandalf fell down a fucking chasm. You're just going to Providence to Cranston.
It's right there. Yeah, man, it was a fun week, fun times with the Further community, and yeah, we'll be hoping to do more, another one next year, hopefully. So maybe some more Chomp will be in our future, or another place. That was like Chomp was the place I always mentioned on streams every once in a while, and they kept like remembering like Chomp, this place, and I would show them the menu and stuff, and they're like one day we gotta go to that. So when we were planning this, they kept requesting, Mario, can you take us to Chomp, please? And I'm like, all right, and they were all very satisfied. So,
everyone looked happy.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for letting me tag along.
Absolutely. Anytime. I always need an excuse to go to Chomp. If you want to be that excuse, I'll gladly take the excuse.
But I'll also make you a burger.
Yes.
Because I have all the stuff in-house to make a burger right now. In fact, that's what I was frying up onions for when you came over.
Oh, I thought you were just frying onions
so
just
I'm
for
probably
fun.
Gonna make some burgers later tonight. Oh. Yeah. Ooh, oh.
Well, in that case, let's get done talking about this film. Well, would you call it a film?
Call it a documentary.
A documentary. Today we are covering Goal.
Maybe we should. We're 11 minutes in. This is not a burger podcast.
It should be.
You could start a burger podcast.
Ooh, it's rank burgers all around the world. I feel like that should be a YouTube channel. Because you need to film that.
Yeah, you need that food porn angle.
Yes, the mukbang is it called.
watch the cheese drip down like cum. Vespers Martinez. Yeah, well, folks, welcome to Connery Curious, a cheeseburger a podcast where Mario and I Welcome to Connery Curious.
Hello.
Mario, what do we do here?
Every week, me and Dylan here get together and we review a movie from the very long and adventurous filmography of the late, great Sir Sean Connery.
And how do we determine which film we're going to watch?
We go to wheelofnames.com and we spin the wheel of curiosities, which houses every single project he has done, whatever.
Well, film project for the most part.
Project.
There's definitely television stuff and theater stuff that's not on the list, but
yeah.
And last week when we spun, it landed on 1980, 1982 or 83. There's markings for both, according to our list. Forgive me.
Oh no, my motorcycle's running away.
Go get it. According to our list, it came out in 1982. This is Goal.
Goal.
The official documentary film of the 1982 FIFA World Cup held in Spain. The film is narrated by Sean Connery, and the score was written by Rick Wakeman of the band Yes.
Yes.
It tells the story of the 1982 FIFA World Cup, which was won by Italy, who beat West Germany in the final. It also highlights New Zealand, who played the most games in order to qualify, and Cameroon, a rising African force. That is the Wikipedia summary. Forgive me touching the mic and such. What do we got from IMDb? The official documentary film of the 1982 FIFA World Cup held in Spain, with highlights from the winners and some surprise teams. No trailer voice for this one. What do we got for IMDb trivia, out of curiosity? 2 things. Okay, all right, so the second one is the thing I wanted to bring up. I said beforehand I have something to share with you.
Oh, yes. What is this?
I think I can delete that now.
Oh, no,
that's
a
a
picture.
Image of the Flash CGI vomiting. These are 2 Pokemon bikers that appear to be blowing each other.
Oh.
Where was it? Okay, anyway, well, whatever. So the direct sequel to this film is Hero, the official film of the 1986 FIFA World Cup. And look who I said FIFA like it's not, like it was different. Look who narrates it.
Close friends Sean Connery and Michael Caine.
Not together. No, Michael Caine narrates the 1986 one. They don't do it together. That would be amazing. But
Yeah, right. They just passed it off to reading paragraphs off.
yeah.
So Caine does the sequel.
Yeah.
Oh man. Or in 1985, the World Cup was a global sensation.
1986. I
1986.
can't do a Michael Caine voice to save me life.
You got to be more nasal.
You gotta stop when you realise you can't do it. Otherwise, you're just gonna bloody embarrass yourself.
You were just supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
I'm just supposed to blow at this impression. All right. So yeah, that was my little tidbit going in.
Awesome.
It was a surprise for you that the sequel is narrated by Michael Caine. That doesn't mean we have to watch it, but
Eventually, for some research, I feel like we should at least find it.
yeah, I mean we could probably find it. I found this one on archive.org.
You did a great job, sir. We had trouble, if you guys remember last episode, we were like trying to track the sucker down. We got it.
The old Wayback Machine, archive.org.
We got a good, it was a good cut of it. Looked good.
It had some Spanish subtitles, which was interesting because I've been tomorrow will be my 1 year of learning Spanish on Duolingo, so it was nice for me to like
kind of catch up.
Yeah, and learn a couple of new, words and phrases.
What do you use? It's called
Duolingo.
Duolingo.
Yeah.
So we wanted to brush up on Portuguese.
Duolingo.
More, so we do Duolingo.
Yeah.
Try it out.
This is not. We're not paid by Duolingo.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. Well, let's get into our notes for the film. Mario, I noticed you didn't take a whole lot of notes.
I
for
have
this film.
no notes for this, man. Only
At all?
No, like I'm probably as you talk about it, will like come up to because it's like, let's be real here. We're not like sports guys.
I am not a sportsman.
Yeah, like I love soccer, and my dad has posters of that final game in his office to this day. I think like all kinds of different
Really?
memorabilia from that World Cup. Like, that was one of the great. There's a reason it's a documentary about that. It was you saw it, just brutal, captivating, awesome soccer was being played in that whole cup.
Particularly brutal.
Crazy. Super brutal.
This that's my second note is bloody sock. Like that was gnarly. The people were taking some serious injuries.
Yeah, those cleats are no joke back then too. Like they're a little different now, different material, but like back then you were like, it would hurt.
Just rusty nails and razor blades.
Basically, yeah. So yeah, that's the reason I really didn't take any notes. Like obviously we're there for Connery and his narration, which was great. But yeah, this is one I was like really thinking about. How are we going to review a soccer documentary?
Yeah, I feel like this might be a shorter episode, but we, that was also the case with the Edinburgh documentary.
Yeah, it's two documentaries we went through.
Yeah, this is 3 times as long as the Edinburgh documentary.
Yeah,
but I found myself 3 times as bored. Did you get bored at this documentary?
Yeah, I was like getting tired. I was kind of like, let's just see the finale.
Yeah, I'm starting to yawn.
'Cause I was shocked that they went through like every game, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay. I was like, oh, okay, it's just cool to see. This is something I probably wouldn't have seen anywhere else. I'm not sure where else to find clips, maybe YouTube and stuff. But it was kind of cool to like really sit through that because again, I have like my dad has posters of those guys from that World Cup like in his office, so it's kind of cool to see it in motion, the pictures in motion.
Yeah. Why aren't those posters narrated by Sean Connery?
Yeah, right. So I guess let's talk about it. So what did you think of Connery's VO?
It's fine.
It was nice. It kind of added a little.
It wasn't as good as his BO.
It's BO. Ooh.
No, it was fine.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I think that's what kind of added to the kind of like I was getting really tired. You were getting tired too.
I was getting tired.
And I was kind of like, on top of like the music, which is great music, but very like.
Let's talk about the music.
Yeah, just very slumbering.
Some of it is, yeah.
it's supposed to be. It's the World Cup.
Some of it's very exciting.
Get those nice Brazilian drums. Like that was great.
So yeah, the score is done by Rick Wakeman, the keyboardist from Yes, the progressive rock band Yes.
You could hear some of those inspirations of Yes too, with some of those keys.
Yeah, there was some really I forget. Oh, I think I wrote it down. We'll come to it. But there's like some real beautiful moments in the score. But also, a lot of it feels like Pokemon and Zelda.
Yeah, just sort of.
Like,
it's the 80s, so it makes sense. So that's kind of like when that kind of music was.
Well, the Pokemon games were the mid-90s. But it's like, it's that same kind of, like, I felt like some of the songs, like, I felt like it was in the Pokemon Center.
It's kind of like, you know. But then there were some rockin' tunes in the middle too, I think. And some
when one of the injured players gets put on the stretcher, you hear do 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 do, and then the player gets off the stretcher and goes back onto the field.
Your Pokemon are all healed up. Hope to see you again. Excuse me? You hope to see me again? That's not right.
I hope you get fucked up again.
Man.
I think that would prevent more injuries if, as you were leaving the hospital, the doctor was like, don't fucking come back here. I don't want to see you here again.
You gotta fund the Pokemon centers, though. I gotta fund them.
Defund the Poke Police.
Not Nurse Joy. Nurse Joy, and who's the other one? They were all like multiples of her. There's Nurse Joy.
Lass.
And, no, it was like from the anime. Officer Jenny. There was like a bazillion. Yes. They're like clones. It's crazy.
And they all have the same memory. It's the hive mind.
They're all AI. Oh.
So they're like bees. Instead of AI, it's beehive.
It's beehives.
That's what I'm worried about. People worry about AIs taking actors' jobs. I'm worried about beehives taking actors' jobs.
Like look out for Jerry Seinfeld.
Just imagine every movie you enjoy, but every actor is replaced by a walking, talking beehive.
Just a beehive.
But like a human-built beehive, where it's a box, like a tall box.
No, I like the idea of like,
and there's like 6 bees flying around it.
No, I like the idea it's like the regular person's body in a suit, but the head is a beehive.
The hands.
The name's also... Bond. Bzz, James Bond.
James Buzz.
James Buzz. It was like a giant beehive on his head.
His name is B. B. James B.
James B. Honey Ryder, I barely know her.
Honey Ryder? Yes. Buzz.
Yeah, the music is good. is good in places.
My first note is scored by Rick Wakeman, so. And then it has an arrow that goes down to the next line and says, now it slaps. My next note is number 10, Maradona, is the human pinball. Dude gets the shit kicked out of him.
He takes a lot of bumps. It's crazy.
It's just like a 2-minute montage of everyone just ramming into this dude as hard as they can. And him just getting so frustrated by it. And like and every time he gets down, he like does a backflip to get back up or something. Or like rolls over somersault style. Oh. Balls first.
It's balls first.
Balls over face. Okay. So on that note, as the backflips and whatnot, everyone's backflipping and shit. And every time they score, like Sean Connery notes that, like, oh, they're getting rowdy as they score. And like you see someone backflip, and like I just wanted each progressive one to be like, now they're doing like a full musical number. And like full cheerleaders. There's an Olympic swimming pool where they're like doing a full number.
They have
they get the
caps on.
Exactly. And they reverse out of it, so they like come up dry. You know what I'm talking about? Like the opening sequence from Spy Who Shagged Me.
Yeah.
Like the credits.
Man.
Like, one of them's just setting off fireworks. One of the players
Oh. Oh, it's got me mixed up because now I'm thinking about the Spider-Man thing you showed me in the middle of watching this. Of Spider-Man lighting the fireworks.
Blows up the city.
Yeah, so part of me thought that was in the movie. Spider-Man showed up and lit fireworks.
Oh, that was good. And yeah, and Walter White builds the Oppenheimer that builds the nuclear bomb. Oh my God, Walt and Jesse build the bomb.
So good.
Oh, well, this turns out funnier than I thought it would be. So yeah, the backflips just escalate into
Musical number.
excessive partying. Just like somebody, like a bunch of the team members flip a car on the field. Just a car on the field now, and it's on fire.
We gotta play around that now. We still have 60 minutes to play.
We're celebrating the last game's win. We don't even care who won, just that somebody did.
Somebody would.
Okay. The locker room. We noted that we could cut that with a fine madness.
of
The
Connery.
rocking hot tub, having sex,
And him having
like dolphin spitting.
He's doing a Green Knight laugh.
Oh my God. I'm getting lightheaded from laughing.
Oh man! Oh, my ambulance is getting away. Sorry.
Come back. Okay, the New Zealand coach looks like Tucker Carlson.
Yep.
At 25:19, there's a Chic dancing that we could sync with anything.
Yeah.
Like you put them dancing to our music, like my music, or One's Will, or
Gangnam Style.
exactly. Boy, it's busy out there today.
It's my fire truck
A lot of people getting set on fire. I don't know. Forgive me, that might have been in bad taste.
That's not right.
The carefree singing on the bus. Connery notes that they're singing very, very carefree, but we kept joking that
The bus driver probably fucking hates this. he's trying to pay attention. Like, you ever go to a stressful intersection and there's two cars and you're like, but everyone shut the fuck up.
And they're in the back just banging on pots and literally going, "Ah!"
A pot is being banged right next to his head. Ding, 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 ding. And he's like, I need to fucking make this turn. He's sweating bullets. He's 90 years old.
Well, I made a note later. The second time that we get, it's like the Irish band or the New Zealand band or something, or the band. Oh, I got the hiccups now. The New Zealand team, I think, and they're singing, and we joked again that it cuts up to the same bus driver's like, God damn.
You got to transfer to another bus.
Well, then I wrote Hans Moleman is the bus driver. Well, keep it down back there. I've got the hiccups.
Oh, man. Oh.
Oh my gosh. Oof, forgive me. Oof. Lots of farts in this documentary.
Yeah, a lot of good.
Not actually, but lots of moments of people bending over. Oh my God, hold on. I got the hiccups. You take over, Mario.
Yeah, a lot of great opportunities to have ridiculously placed farts where they're trying to get up from a foul. Or they're there's a one guy
bending down and put something on the ground.
Remember the random old guy that was laying on a park bench with his legs spread? And you're gonna see his
full shot of his crotch.
He was just sleeping.
And then 2 shots later, you see a kind of an overweight woman in a skirt, just her legs. You just see her cross her legs, and it's damn near Sharon Stone from Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
Speaking of boobs.
Why do we see boobs
There's
on the
boobs
beach?
in this movie. Is this our first movie with boobs?
Is it?
Not to sound like a pervert, but I think we've been relatively nude-free.
I feel like we saw boobs in the movie.
What film? The Russia House? No. Medicine Man? No. Indy? No. Bridge Too Far?
Oh, Medicine Man.
Who? No, we don't see her. Oh, yes, we
See
do.
a bunch of boobs.
Yeah, they're all played for laughs. Yeah. I was thinking of Lorraine Bracco, but no, yeah, you're
I
right.
feel like there was another movie with like we get there's a quick boob.
In another one?
Yeah, I can't think of what it is though. It was a while ago. I feel.
Let's see. Let's go back. First Night. No. Man Who Would Be King?
Oh, possibly.
Yeah, maybe. Sword of the Valiant? No. The Avengers? No. Action of the Tiger? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, she's nude. She goes up on the dock. Cuba? Shalico?
No.
Good Man in Africa. Molly Maguire's.
Molly Maguire's? No.
No. Maybe Good Man in Africa.
Yeah, I think we do get.
Because he's dating a prostitute.
Yeah, so we get boobs in one. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Longest Day.
No boobs. No girls.
Yeah, right. The Rock.
No boobs.
This sounds really pervy of us.
Yeah,
but,
right.
But
like,
but like we don't. There's not much nudity in these movies.
yeah.
These movies.
So
Murder on the Orient Express. No. Next Man.
I don't think so.
Excuse me. Goldfinger. Ish. The credits.
The credits with the golden girl.
The Hill. There Are No Women. Dragonheart. The Wind and the Lion.
See dragon boobs.
Dr. No. Outland. Rising Sun. A Fine Madness.
Yeah, I don't think anything there really.
Woman-
Fine Madness. I think we do.
Yeah, there's a bunch of sex scenes in that.
Yeah.
Woman of Straw. Memories of Me.
None.
And then, Medicine Man would be the last one. Anyway. All right, and that's the Perv Report.
The boob report. The boobs have been found.
The what? The boobs been fun?
The boobs have been found.
The boobs have been found, folks. We've found the boobs. The search for the tits is over.
Complete.
Oh, my God, these hiccups are crazy. Folks, write in with hiccup remedies. I could just go eat some honey. I should probably just do that.
Does that help?
Yeah, it does. Spoonful of sugar or honey.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I always had the spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down.
Let's take a pause so I can go do that.
Take a pause.
These are starting to hurt. We're back, folks.
Yeah.
I just went and ate a little scoop of honey. Well, okay, first I stopped into my bedroom to check on Nicole, who is recovering from a sprained ankle, and she's watching the Cheetah Girls and eating mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Cheetah Girls.
And at first I had a scoop of mint chocolate chip ice cream. But then I went and grabbed some honey. I think my hiccups should be good now. But the honey is Mike's Hot Honey. So my throat is very warm right now. Because I had a big scoop of of chili infused honey.
Oh my God.
So, all right. Where were we? What were we talking about? Boobs. I wrote a note. I feel like my dad. It's a beautiful sunny day out, and I'm inside, hanging with a friend, smoking weed, watching sports. It's very my dad. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting to watch sports with you. I was kind of like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't watch sports. Do you watch sports?
I watch like World Cup and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I'm not like, I have like on my phone and stuff, but I don't watch everything religiously. But I keep up with everything for the most part.
Now, you are a soccer fan? A football fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents, like, in Portuguese, like, heritage, it's like you're born at the soccer. And like
You're born on the field.
They're like, yeah. and the teams are like Hogwarts houses. So like we're Sporting. And there's Sporting, Benfica, or Porto. And
Those are the team names?
for Portugal, like the three popular ones. So it's like
One more time with those?
Sporting, which is
Sporting.
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 Benfica,
Benfica.
Porto.
Porto.
Yeah.
Sporting. Benfica. Porto. Poirot.
Wow. My favorite soccer team. So yeah, I've always grown up around soccer, and like I said, like my dad like has photos of this.
Sorry, Coach Poirot goes, if you are going to go whoop whoop, you go leeward rather than windward. That's all his coaching advice. It's like, what is this go whoop whoop shit, man?
Oh, I would have a Ted Lasso style show with Poirot.
And all his like family drama.
Yeah.
So continue. I'm sorry.
So yeah, no, that's about it. This yes, I consider myself a soccer fan for sure.
So did you enjoy this?
I did. It was like, it was cool to see, how intense that really was. Because I never, obviously never watched that live or watched the entire game. It's kind of cool to see, how soccer's evolved too. Definitely, it can still get brutal today, but not as bad as that. Like there were guys slide tackling, like seconds into the game. It was insane to see these guys. Like they were
in this documentary.
In this,
yeah.
It just a whole different animal back then. It's like all sports now. Even football's kind of gotten a lot of more ridiculous rules and stuff, and like more limitations and whatever. So yeah, it was kind of cool to see what it was like back then in the '80s.
Can you hear the football team outside?
Oh, there's this football team outside. Look at that.
Hear that?
Yeah, we're
Clapping and doing their huts. Yeah.
Go team.
I don't know if the microphones can pick that up, but
I think I can hear the cheetah girls. And birds. Oh, a text message.
okay. Well, that's enough of trying to pick up the outside noise, and they're done anyway. Yeah, they're really like hitting each other pretty goddamn hard. Like people, my knees hurt watching this. Like, oof.
Bad.
This documentary looks like it smells good with food and weed, but that it smells fucking horrible with beer and sweat and feces. Did you think that at all, or am I
elaborate on what you mean?
just
here.
like the huge mass of people there for so many days in a row?
Yeah.
Like the amount of like there was so little empty space.
Football fans are dedicated.
I believe it.
Like I said, the whole Hogwarts house joke, it's true. Like when you grow up with your team, that is your team no matter what. Like, yeah, we have our, like, we always joke around here about football, American football, and how when Brady left the Patriots and went to the Buccaneers, everyone's like joking around like, oh yeah, well, I'm going to be a Bucs fan this season because Brady's there. But in football and in European football, you'll get killed for switching teams. It's like you need to be dedicated to your team no matter like the highs and the fucking lows. So they go nuts, especially if you know.
That removes ego from it.
It's just so it's insane. Like, Boston Red Sox and Yankees fans are horrible to each other, but like if you go out to like Europe, it's way crazier. Even in England, there's so many different clubs around England that they're fucking fighting each other in bars. They're like Manchester United. What are you talking about, mate? I'm here for fucking Porto or whatever, isn't it?
We cut over to Chris at British Bond Addict. Chris, how do you take this?
Yeah, I feel like, didn't we talk about his football team? I feel like he mentioned
don't remember.
it. We'll have to ask him. We'll have to message him and ask him what his football team is.
Oh, I was asking for his comment on your accent.
Oh, that too. Oh man, I'm sorry. I was going to Jason Statham for
It's me,
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham. Sorry, Chris. I'd love to have you back, bud.
Yeah, please, to rate our accents. Not for a podcast, but to rate our accents.
And we just do accents, and he just puts them in like, oh, that's a D tier.
We do. Yeah, we do. We should
A
do
ranking of our accents.
a tier list of accents. S tier.
Do a tier list of Connery Curious episodes.
Ooh.
This episode was good. I had a good time recording it, but upon re-listening, it doesn't really hold up.
I remember being like really tired that day.
But pleasantly surprised with the outcome of that episode. A tier. Then the Sword of the Valiant, S tier.
S tier, of course. That one is our S tier episode, for sure.
What other notes do I have? Okay. So score. The score by Rick Wakeman. Rick Wakeman, or Rick Wakeman. Anyway, I really like it, and I was thinking, should we have that as a new category in our ranking? Or our rating, excuse me, the rating of the score of the score.
Yeah, because there's a few that were like, you remember the Medicine Man episode?
Yeah,
I was really enthralled by that soundtrack.
And same with Russia House.
Yeah,
both Jerry Goldsmith.
Yeah, so maybe we start doing that.
Both Jerry Goldsmith joints. Yeah, and the music in this was decent. I said new category ? And then I just ranked it 7.5 just because.
Yeah, I would give it a 7. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it was, like I said, like before, certain tracks made me a little sleepy. And it's just kind of like, it didn't fit the action that was going on.
Not at all.
Like, you need more adrenaline, like, pumping when you're showing, like, these hot plays. And
you could put this on as you play an old NES game or something.
Yeah.
Or taking a nap.
Yeah.
And it would be great.
Absolutely. Yeah, not bad. I give it I give it a 7.
Okay. Should we make this a new category, maybe?
I think so. Not we kind of like, because this we've been mentioning scores a lot lately, so I would think so. Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe eventually go back and reminisce all the old ones we've done.
Yeah.
Maybe just go through those quick and like we'll listen to them on our own time and come back and like have a discussion about them all.
All right. Well, I'm just adding that in then. Score 7.5.
All right.
Okay. What else we got here? So I noticed during one of the national anthems there were some players that didn't put their hand on their heart, and no one complained.
Oh.
Because it was
the 80s, man.
They didn't have as much media at the time. No one. I'm sure nobody in the stands was like, "This is outrageous. He's not American." And they go, "Yeah, Steve, he's not American. This is the French team."
Ugh.
Anyway.
Simpler time.
I'm so tired of hearing horns.
See, I'm used to that, man. That's like, when you said it was bothering you, I'm like, I didn't realize that they're gone because I've just grown up with soccer.
As casual as crickets.
So yeah, literally, I could sleep with those horns off. It's like,
oh my god, I'd put a gun to my head after a bit.
That's just the atmosphere of like, even when I go to a local game like New England Revolution, Gillette Stadium, it's just constant like. Then your chants happen off. So yeah, it's a lot of fucking horns. So yeah, it's just background music to me. Like, I'm just used to it, man.
Yeah, it was a little tough for me. I gotta say, it was a little bit tough. I had to shut off the surround sound. One, because it's a mono audio track anyway. So what the hell is surround sound gonna do? Just make it louder. And then I kept finding myself turning the volume up and down. Thankfully, it had the Spanish subs, so I could just turn it, turn it up when I was ready to hear Connery's voice again. At 51:26, there was a violin guy that you said looked like me.
Oh yeah.
It also looked like an Auntie Donna skit or something. Looked like Zach from Auntie Donna in a goofy outfit playing his violin. But yeah, it also did kind of look like me. Beach boobs. The referee that is in all black with the short black shorts reminds me of John Michael Higgins. I'll pull up a picture.
Oh, from
Best in Show.
So what's he in Cheetah Girls? Oh no, he's in.
Let's pull up his filmography. Is it a film or a show?
It's a film.
From what year?
Like the mid 2000s. It wasn't Cheetah Girls.
Well,
it was something like
he's
it.
a favorite in my in one of my favorite films, A Mighty Wind.
Oh.
I love him in that. Oh yeah, he's in Walk Hard as the record producer.
Pitch Perfect. That's what it is.
Pitch Perfect. Okay.
He's like one of the judges on it.
As John Smith, the most bland name ever. Love it.
He's kind of like a Ryan Seacrest character.
Well, John Michael Higgins is great, and the referee that was wearing black reminded me of him.
Mm.
So
We saw a lot of kind of familiar faces. We saw
Oates Ritchie.
Roger Daltrey.
Yeah, there was Roger Daltrey as a goalie, right?
Yeah.
A goalie.
Bon Scott. I saw Bon Scott.
Yeah, I saw him as well. We saw Oates Ritchie.
Yeah.
But big Oates Ritchie,
Yeah,
like,
not
and
little.
really big Oates Ritchie too. He was like 6.5 feet tall.
Yeah, not little roads. Little R.
Little Oates Ritchie.
Little
Lore.
low R.
Yeah, it's lore, and that's what it stands for. It's like Lore 7.
Little Oates Ritchie. Love Little Oates Itchy. Itchy. Little Oates Ritchie.
When
is
you
itchy.
go to talk to him, he's like, "Well, I got it might be out to handle. I play a mud like a nut, dancing on the ceiling." And I see the reviews like, "I am fluent in over 9 million forms of communication, and I understand a hit record when I hear it." Anyway, all of that came out of my mouth, and I did not know where any of it was going. It was literally just my words carrying the whole thing. I don't even think my brain was on for that.
Just on autopilot.
The words were just going.
That was all AI. That wasn't Dylan
Exactly.
talking.
And then my last note is that this film is so almost sexual. Lots of dudes almost kissing each other, almost grabbing each other's butts, almost smacking each other's butts, almost just bringing the face right in. Like, this film is like No Homo the movie.
I'll be interested to hear your sexy review at the end of this.
You want it right now, or should we just get into the numbers?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you have any other notes for this film?
Just to wrap up, like we'll get into the actual scores or everything. But like, yeah, I thought it was like it's a great football documentary, great narration. I think that really upped the value for me because it's like you get a big name like anybody. You know, you could have gotten Ringo Starr or something, and I would still be like, this is awesome, man. You know, you need like a special voice to kind of carry on. Because documentaries are hard to watch. I mean, a lot of people are into documentaries nowadays on Netflix.
But it also depends on how you edit it. This one had no structure.
Yeah.
I feel like this one had no
It was just
story to follow.
Yeah, they were just trying to go to game.
Yeah.
When the game ended, boom. Okay, next one, boom. That was the only structure they could really do.
The 2 games that happen each day or whatever.
Yeah.
And then on to the next day.
Yeah, so it was basically the bracket of the whole cup. So, which I thought was cool. But, yeah, it's like I would have been completely asleep if it wasn't Connery, if it was like some kind of boring, like generic British person or whatever, like just kind of like slowly mumbling on football, blah blah blah.
He passes the ball to Stevenson. You see, Stevenson passes it to Willingsby.
Pass it to me. Then he passes
Pass it to
him.
me, the announcer. Now I have the ball,
Give
and
me
I'm
the
not
rock.
giving it back. The game is over now.
You can all go home.
I've got the only ball that they had.
Turn to page 394.
Bueller?
I'll get you, Gadget, next time.
Frodo Baggins.
The Cave of Wonders.
Mango nipe Baraka Nishi Bila Mashaka.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other
Baraka
side?
Nishi and Bila Mashaka. Mario. And what do you think we might see?
I think we score this, the goal documentary, with Mario
and Dylan and me. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep? And have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Okay, I feel like I might have to edit that, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, it's a
You
banjo.
guys deserve that.
You're welcome. So yeah, let's get into the scores, man.
Yeah, itchy neck. Yeah, okay, let's-
How are we gonna score?
Should we start with the score itself? You gave it a 7. I gave it a 7.5.
for
Musical score.
the musical score? Yes.
Yeah.
7.
So the score.
Score.
How about the SH, Mario? Oh, I gotta pull up my document. Our document, excuse me.
I feel like the H's, but not too bad. This is the 80s Connery. So 80s Connery tends to have a lot of SH.
Well, the last one we did in the 80s here was Memories of Me. He didn't really have... We gave him a 4 and a 3. And Indiana Jones, we gave him an 8 and a 7.
Okay. I feel like, you give the man a mic. He's sitting down, very comfortable, reading his script, drinking his tea. His voice kind of opens up more.
Oh, and in Edinburgh, we gave him a average of 8.
I feel like this because he's in the studio. This is our first real kind of studio voice.
Yeah. We're
Connery.
completely one location.
And it's kind of very
Casual.
enthusiastic and casual. It's like, yes, it's not too
like
too
Chaka.
deep. It's not deep like this. But it's more like this.
A little uplifting. Not
Edinburgh.
exactly happy.
But kind of cheeky.
Yeah.
So I think it's in the middle. I'm gonna say 5.5.
5.5. I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay.
There were times where that H really stood out to me. So it gives us an average of 6.25.
Ooh, okay.
All right. Let's move on to the sexy rating. Mario, what are you giving this film in terms of sexiness?
I think definitely some beautiful Brazilian women. Lovely. But giving it to Connery, man, his voice is still pretty sexy in this. It's very relaxing and calming. So I would think... So the film is not sexy, but the voice is sexy. So we can't give it too high of a score. So I might stick that at a 6.
Okay.
Just because I do like his... He could read me anything. It'd be awesome. I love it. Like that clip you sent me from the tribute to the Beatles.
Yes, we haven't talked about that. Let's talk about that now.
Yeah.
So in the late 90s, George Martin put out a record called In My Life, and it's a tribute to his work with the Beatles. And he has various artists come in, like Bobby McFerrin and Robin Williams, to come together. Jim Carrey does I Am the Walrus. Goldie Hawn does Hard Day's Night. Celine Dion does Here, There, and Everywhere. Jeff Beck does an amazing instrumental version of A Day in the Life. But the record ends with In My Life, with this beautiful piano and string section. And Sean Connery reads the lyrics to In My Life
Doesn't
like
sing
it's a
them,
poem.
just reads them.
Like it's just a
poem.
straight poem. And it is, if you don't cry when you listen to it, at least a little bit, like think about the people that you love and lost in your life.
On top of that, it's Connery reading it.
It's so relaxing, but like emotional. It rips your guts out.
it's a great like. There was like an ASMR thing like of this him. You could probably do with AI honestly nowadays. Like get somebody to read, like get Connery reading Harry Potter or something.
Why don't we call Paul Lally?
I think Paul Lally would read a book to me.
Maybe.
Paul Lally, if you're listening to this.
Yeah, come on the podcast, Paul.
And read me a story. That has to be the whole podcast he reads.
Yeah.
It's like a passage of something.
Yeah.
That could be fun. But yeah. What I give it for sexy?
6.
6. So
Give it a
solid,
6.
So solid 6 for sexy.
I am going to give it not that. I'm
Okay.
going to give it a 1.5.
Ooh, you know, not even Connery's voice will take you there.
It's fine. Connery's voice doesn't sound particularly sexy in this to me. And there's some boobs that are nice. They're nice boobs. Again, not to sound pervy, but it's like that's literally the sexiness that exists in the film is like a couple of shots of. It's not like pervy shots either. It's like women just casually sunbathing.
Brazil
naked.
in general is very sexy too. So we got to see a lot of Brazil.
A lot of beautiful
in the
women.
streets. And
There's one shot that's literally just following a woman's ass.
Yeah.
For like 4 seconds.
But on top of that, we get the place. We do get some really cool architecture and whatnot, which is cool. Like 2 times we got to like really visit the UK in films. It was, like really made me want to like watch more documentaries and stuff about like Europe and stuff. I want to go. I would love.
Well, this was in
to
Spain,
go.
right?
Yeah, it was in Spain, but there was some in Brazil a little bit when there were like certain games. But yeah, just Brazil in general is sexy. So I think that's why I give it a little more, a higher percentage.
Okay. Fair enough. I didn't
I
find
agree.
much sexiness in the
Yeah,
film
it's not
myself.
for everyone.
Like, but that's not to debate your 6 if you found it sexy. Not to yuck your yum, friend. All right. Our next rating is the Sean. Well, actually, film rating or Sean rating? What do you
film
want?
first.
Film. All right. What are you giving it?
I thought it was a great. It's a great documentary on that World Cup, one of the like bigger World Cups in history. I think it was perfectly fine. Some cuts were kind of like you said, kind of like weird and like I understand we're jumping from game to game, but you could have tried to make it. There were like those nice cinematic moments of like a team in the restaurant getting ready for the big game the next day and stuff like that. So I like those little transitional the bus rides. But sometimes we just skip that all around. It was like, okay, next game. And Connery's VO comes back and all that.
Sometimes they didn't even show the outcome of a game. They just skip right to the next one.
Yeah, and like you assume, okay, they're good. So I think for that, I think the film itself gets a 7.5 from me. It's fine.
Wow.
I think it's fine.
Mario, we are different all the way in this episode,
Ooh,
man.
You going low or high?
10. I'm kidding. No. 1.5 for me.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Ooh.
I did not like this movie.
Well,
Like
you're not a sports person.
I'm not a sports person, but that doesn't mean that I can't enjoy something about sports. I'm not opposed to sports and their thematic and emotional value. This film, this documentary film, just doesn't capture any of it. You know? I feel like... Okay, well, it's like the truest sense of a documentary where it is literally just a documentation of things. But it's edited in a very boring way. There are no title cards to let you know what's happening. And Connery's... It feels like... We'll get into this in the Sean section, but it feels like they wasted Connery. Like they gave him an incomplete script to read from, or they chose bits of like it felt like he was like. We'll get into this in the Sean section, cover it. But it just felt like an incomplete film. Like there was no. I guess as a true documentary, you're not supposed to be rooting for anybody. It's just a documentation, but. I felt like I needed somebody to root for, you know? Like, I needed something to... There was no emotional... There was nothing to hook me into this film. And that's why I kept falling asleep between that, the kind of trancey, relaxing music.
Yeah.
Connery's voice is relaxing, but it didn't do anything for me. I'm sorry I put it in in 110 speed. Did that bother you at all?
I didn't really notice.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay. Because it was like, I need this to be over. This might be my least favorite film we've watched so far.
Really?
Yeah, and it's not because of the sports. You could have edited this and had good voiceover. Not to say Connery's bad, but it just like it felt like what he was doing didn't match the film. Nothing matched the energy of what was on the screen, and then the cinematography didn't even match the energy of what was on the screen. Like it just kind of felt like I was watching like the mid parts of a bunch of games, you know, and some of the awesome highlights of games too, but there was no structure, you know? It just went in chronological order of the day's events. But there wasn't structure. There was nothing to hook me. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm over-explaining myself. Yeah, it did nothing for me.
No, yeah, it's understandable.
1.5.
All right.
But 1.5 because it exists, it's competent. It's put together. I wouldn't have been able to do it because I was not even sperm at the time. But yeah, sorry to ramble. Let's do our Sean ratings.
Sean rating.
What are you giving them?
Yeah, I think it's a fine voiceover, but yeah, you could tell he just was, reading his paragraph. So, but I like the little fun jokes here and there, certain little sidebar things. So, I might just stick him at 7 too. It's average. I thought it was just fine. Nothing to be like, you gotta listen to Connery talk about football.
Right.
It's not, there's not that thing there. It's fun to be able to watch something and be like, oh, funny that he did this, probably right before shooting Indy or in the middle of it. I don't know what year that would be.
He would be shooting 5 Days of Summer.
So there you go.
Or Time Bandits. No, he wouldn't be shooting Time Bandits. Or Wrong is Right.
Yeah, so you wonder, what point is he in his life? I guess he's just doing whatever, So I
The
think
next year he'd be doing Edinburgh, so 2 documentaries in a row.
So he was like having an off season or something. He's like, or he had like a deal or something. Like, we'll do like a couple documentaries with you. That's interesting. But yeah, I think it's average. I think it's fine. It's not terrible. 7.
7. Okay.
Nice 7.
I'm gonna give him a 4.
Oh.
I think he is totally serviceable in this. He reads his lines, and he collects a paycheck and goes home at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And sometimes as an actor, that's all you want, right?
Right.
His voiceover narration did almost nothing for me. Like I knew it was Connery, but like at times I didn't even care. I feel like that's shitty of me. But yeah, this one just didn't do anything for me. And again, not because of the sports. You can make sports very interesting.
Yeah.
Because there's inherent drama and emotional stakes in sports. Like there was one part where he's like, and just like that, the most important day in this man's life is over. Okay, give me that story, something. You know what I mean? Like, rather than just a throwaway line. Like, give me some hook. Give me the story of the dude that made it, like the farthest, to get to the very last game and lose. You know what I mean? Like, give me the Rocky Balboa story.
Yeah.
Of one of the, I don't know. Not that it has to be fictionalized, but tell me the most interesting, like, every now and then it would focus on, like what's his name? Maradona just getting the shit kicked out of him. Like, for like a minute or two they focus on that, but I don't know. Anyway. So yeah, 4 for me.
All right.
I just bounced back and forth and stuff. Yeah, I really didn't care for this film. I'm sorry.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, though.
Yeah, it was fun. So, yeah, that's going to cover it for goal.
Yeah, let's go back through these ratings, get the averages here. So we've got The SH rating, you gave it a 5.5. I gave it a 7 for an average of 6.25. The sexy rating, you gave it a 6. I gave it a 1.5 for an average of 3.75. The film, you gave it a 7.5. I gave it a 1.5 for an average of 4.5. And the Sean rating, you gave him a 7. I gave him a 4 for an average of 5.5. And that does it. That is 1982's goal.
Which means, Dylan.
Oh boy, it means Dylan.
It means, Dylan, you got to click over that tab that says Wheel of Names to check out our Wheel of Curiosities, where we're going to spin for our next film that we are covering next week.
Oh
Dylan, what are you
boy.
hoping to see?
Oh boy, I'm shuffling right now. What am I hoping to see? I'd like Hunt for Red October.
Ooh.
That would be fun. Here, let's sort by name so we can see.
I also was thinking about that the other day. It'd be really fun if we got Red October in October.
That would be cool. I don't want to wait till October to see it, but that would be cool.
That would be like.
That would be cool.
I think I might be in the mood for a Bond.
Yeah, I could go for a Bond. Yeah, we're at number. This will be number 30, Mario.
Ooh.
Film number 30. I could go for a Bond.
A Bond would be nice, or
So you know who I had over here yesterday?
who's that?
Matt Brown.
Matt Brown.
Yeah, and he had just come from helping Sean Murphy tile his floor in his new home.
2 name drops.
And Sean Murphy, when he came over, Matt was like, Sean Murphy said something about Zards or something. I'm like, oh, Zardoz. Yeah. He said, get to that one. I'm like, well, we can't force the wheel. We can't just make that happen.
Not again.
No, not right now.
We wasted.
Gotta wait a little bit if we're gonna try that shenanigans again. So, but I'd be down to have Sean Murphy on to talk Zardoz.
Yeah, just to get to see Sean, because Sean's a rare creature to see nowadays.
Yeah, he's a rare Pokemon.
He's a rare Pokemon. He's shiny.
Was the star was the rare one, right? Circle was common, Diamond was uncommon, Star was rare.
I think so. Yeah.
And the cards.
And the cards. Yeah.
Down the little corner.
Yeah.
In the bottom right corner, I think.
Yeah. So he's a valuable holographic Charizard.
Yeah.
Fiery. But yeah, it'd be great to have Zardoz and Sean Murphy.
Be great to have Zardoz on.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Zardoz, tell us more about. Oh, okay, all right. I have a note about goal.
Okay.
I kept meaning to bring this up. A lot of the lines that Connery says have long pauses between them. And a lot of those lines feel like they're setting up for someone to go, that's right, Sean. I think this guy could, if he really puts in the effort, he's going to go all the way. Now notice when you really see this player does it. That's right, Sean. I think. What do you think? If he can turn it around this season?
Connery on commentary.
Yeah.
Sean commentary.
But it always is interrupted by, "Hi, I'm Chad. I'm Sean Connery, the narrator of this, and I'm Chad Wilkinson."
Let's see what's going on, Brick. Let's see if it works out for him here.
I think he's going to go all the way this season. What do you think, Sean? I fucking hate you. That's right, Sean. I think I do too.
Get the fuck out of Edinburgh.
That's right, Sean. I will as soon as I can. But right now, we've got a game to comment on.
I said we spin this wheel, man. I want to spin the fucking wheel.
I say we spin the wheel. I agree, Sean. I think we should get down to spinning the wheel. I think that's a good thing.
A good thing to do. Is it your turn to spin?
We can both do it.
Oh yeah, do it. We're together.
Yeah, we touch it together.
Let's gingerly touch us.
So I said, would gingerly touch our gingerly touch our gypsies, gingerly touch our tips with another ginger when we get Sean Murphy.
Oh goodness!
All right, Sean, it's tradition. You gotta touch tips. You're our first in-person male guest.
Yes. Ooh, yes, really.
We all gotta touch penis tips now.
Oh, he's never coming on. But yeah, so I wouldn't mind Zardoz or Bond, because I feel like we have enough time in between where we need another Bond movie.
And I could also go for something like The Offense, like maybe like a drama like that, or Just Cause, where maybe something a little more hard-boiled, you know.
Mm.
Anything you're not hoping for?
Sir Billy, because it's not time.
Yeah. And I definitely don't want España Campo de Golf.
Yeah, no more.
No more documentaries.
Yeah, if we get a documentary again today, if we hit that today, that's a free spin.
Yeah. I agree.
Because we gotta get some films. We gotta. Let's do it, man.
What are the ones where so España Campo de Golf, and then there's another one that's like Un Mon Nouveau, and The Bowler and the Bunnet. The Bowler and the Bunnet's another documentary. España Campo de Golf is another documentary, and then Un Mon Nouveau is that one where he's just like filmed at a premiere of something. So those three, I hope we don't get any of those. So or Lilacs in the Spring. Or I hope we don't get one of his earlier ones, like Time Lock, where he's second welder. But maybe I don't know. Maybe Maybe it turns out I'll love Time Lock.
You never know. Yeah.
As the arrow passes right by Time Lock.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna shuffle. You tell me when to stop. Okay.
Shuffle. Stop.
All righty. I shuffled. You want to spin?
Let's spin. Let's click.
Bring it over here. All right, Mario. Are you ready?
It's time to spin
The
wheel
of curiosity. Oh my God!
What?
We did it! We did that ballpark Babe Ruth thing again. We got Zardoz! Yay! High five!
Dude, what?
Yay! We're having Sean Murphy on.
Oh my God.
Zardoz!
This is insane.
This is very fortuitous.
That is top tier manifestation right there.
That is good stuff.
Wow.
Wow. Now, if only we can do that with money. It'd be nice to have money. It'd also be nice to have a ladder. It'd also be nice to have...
Zardoz.
Yeah. It'd be nice to have money, too. A ladder would be cool, though. Zardoz might be cool. And then we just check our mailboxes, and there's, like, envelopes full of cash. Like, we got to give just enough options where it's vague. And then the universe is like, I think they might want
A mailbox.
Zardoz.
It's a mailbox
cash.
full of like copies of Zardoz DVD.
Stuffed with cash.
Stuff to cash. Yeah, man. Zardoz next.
Wow.
Our next film, we're gonna try to get Sean Murphy on the line here and like maybe in person.
That is so funny that
That's-
literally Matt
wow.
Brown was like, Sean says to get to Zardoz. I'm like, we can't force the wheel.
Take a picture of that right now and text it to Sean Murphy and Matt Brown and be like,
Oh, yeah.
we did it.
Yep, I
We
just
got to
screenshotted it.
Oh, that's cool, man. I'm excited. And I don't have many memories of Zardoz, so I'm like, I think
I've never seen it.
So like,
I just know
that's-
that red
that's
suit.
the red bikini.
Yeah.
We're finally getting a red bikini. So I'm
It's
excited.
not even
man.
a bikini. It's like a
It's like a Borat thing. Isn't
yeah.
It? Yeah.
Anyway,
But
I'm excited.
all
Wow,
right.
that's crazy. I can't believe we did that.
Yeah. So until next time, Sean Connery and Sean Murphy will return.
Oh my God, this is our first double Sean.
in Zardoz.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This has
gonna
been
be
good.
man. We're gonna text him immediately after this.
This took what was kind of a mediocre episode and made it a good one.
Yeah, it's like one of those like you gotta work towards it.
Yeah.
We got through two documentaries and we got to Zardoz. This is like exciting. It's like one of our checkpoint movies. of,
Yeah.
like, it's like yes, a good one, like a real fun one to see.
Hopefully.
I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a lot.
I've
of
heard
fun.
it's a kind of a mind fuck of not like a Christopher Nolan movie is, but like in terms of like what am I watching?
Oh, I can't wait. All right, so
Well, this has been Connery Curious, folks,
yeah, and I've been Mario Lima.
and I've been. Let's try that one more time. This has been Connery Curious, folks,
And I've been Mario Lima.
and I've been Dylan Titus, and as always, folks.
Stay curious.
Connery Curious.
You've been listening to Connery Curious, a Titus Compositions and Friggin' Media podcast. Follow us on social media for updates, memes, and clips. Find us on Twitter at CuriousPod007 and on Instagram at Connery Curious. You can also visit Titus Compositions at Titus Compositions to hear other podcasts and original music, watch music videos, or even pick up a great vinyl record. For more discussion and content about your favorite films, comics, games, and a network for all things nerdy, visit Friggin' Nerds Media on Twitter at Friggin' Nerds. You can rate, review, and share the podcast in-app, which helps us grow the show and reach the other curious Connerys out there. Thanks for spending time with us, and have a great day, but also, remember, stay curious.
A little scoop of honey.